Can the Jets get any more dysfunctional? Any more dysfunctional? I mean, any more? Can they do anything else to make every Jet fan say, what the fuck? I mean, not even what the fuck, just, yeah, I guess it is what the fuck. I mean, you bench Wilson. You put in Boyle. Boyle should never, ever, ever see the field. Yesterday, he wasn't even, good afternoon there, Josh. Yesterday, not even looking for Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson was open. They finally yanked him when he threw a pass up to Wilson that was, I mean, it looked like it was just lobbed up there. Then he put his hands inside the warmer inside of his jersey, put his head down and realized, that's it, I guess. They put in Trevor Siemian, who gets sacked 3 times, was on pace to get sacked 12 times. The Jets lose 13-8. They get their 3rd safety of the season. No other team has more than 1. 3. And my buddy Lenker sent me a stat that they have, their ineptitude in the opening quarter is atrocious. Atrocious. Rob just sent me something about the Philly fans pelting the Niner fans with snowballs. Why do I expect any less? What's his name? Dom? Lil Tom? Yeah. Was it Lil Dom, whatever the guy's name? Oh, I'm sorry. Big Dom. Big Dom. He's been the head of security for, Sharon Matola. Hello there, Rob. He's been head of security 25 years, and there was a late hit on what? Hurts? Was it on Hurts? I think it was on Hurts. And Drew Greenlaw, and Big Dom decided that he was going to get in a player's face when he isn't even supposed to be near the action. And Big Dom goes off to cheers afterwards, and Drew Greenlaw gets thrown out of the game. They get blown out 42-19. They go to Dallas next week where they're the underdog, 3-point underdog. And if they lose, they go from the number 1 seed to the 5th seed in the NFC. I don't know if it really matters. Well, I guess it does if you want home field advantage. I mean, they got their asses kicked. They signed Shaq Leonard today. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I'll be honest. I thought the football was better Saturday than Sunday. Casey showed me last night that they don't have any wide receivers. I mean, you have Travis Kelce. You have Rashee Rice, I guess. Oh, the video of the Philly game was actually an old one. So there you go. Rob sends me stuff. I talk about it like it just happened. And what does Rob do? He runs me over the bus. Then he backs up and he runs over me the other way. Then he goes the other way and back and forth. And I'm screaming because I'm in so much pain. But Rob says, you know what? I'm going to slow it up. I'm going to go a little slower over your body on the way back. And the way forward, I'm going to go a little bit slower so I can hear all the bones crunching. I'm just busting on you. Listen, it could have been yesterday, to be honest with you. But I didn't see any snow yesterday anyway. So that looked like a lot of snow that they were throwing. Unless they were packing. I don't think it snowed yet anyway. But I digress on the Jets. Now, Rob was talking to me about how, they sat Eli at the beginning. So I said, I got to look up. And they went to playoffs the next year. And, if anybody knows about that stuff, it's Rob, Rain Man, my Wikipedia man. He went 1-6 his first year, threw for 1,043 yards, 6 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Starts 2005, he goes 11-5. 37-62, 24 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, and they lost the wild card game to Carolina 23-0. But I said to him, how they start these guys, and yes, that Douglas was enamored with Zach Wilson during his pro day in BYU. He had all his mother's friends there cheering him on, and that's why he had such a good day, Zach Wilson. Yeah, and got enamored with that. Oh, they brought in Plaxico after his first year. And then that was before he decided that guns and nightclubs that can go off and shoot my foot are not a good thing, right? That was before that. That's what I thought. I mean, that was before that all happened. But, Zach Wilson enamored with him and should have sat, but they didn't sit Darnold. They didn't sit Sanchez. I'm going to go on and on. I'm trying to think of all the quarterbacks. I mean, Bumbles was saying to me, why don't they bring back the Scholar, the Oxford Scholar? What's it? Rhodes Scholar. Who was the quarterback? Chad. Oh man, I'm blanking. Chad from the they're getting the tools to succeed. They do that. Chad Pennington. He said maybe they should bring back Chad Pennington. And I'll tell you, Flacco yesterday threw a touchdown pass. I know he lost the game. What did he throw for, like 254? And Elijah Moore had 12 targets at 83 yards. First good game he had it with the Browns. He didn't look bad. I watched him play a little bit yesterday. He did not look terrible. Tim Boyle, terrible. Trevor Siemian, you're throwing him out to the wolves. So now they come and hey, Zach, we want you to start again. And he's a little reluctant because he feels he's the scapegoat. Well, you're being paid to play football. And someone's in his ear. I'll bet Aaron Rodgers might be saying something to him. I wouldn't be surprised. Going, dude, they said we don't want you anymore. But if you're a true professional and you realize, look at Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was benched during the championship game at halftime. They come back to win. Stays with the team. Eventually transfers to Oklahoma. Could have just been like, why is me? And turns himself into a all-pro quarterback. Some guys can take it. Some guys don't. Guys get benched all the time. And, you have to decide, am I going to sit here and pout? Or do you decide, hey, Zach, maybe it's better to go to the Arena Football League, look into the CFL, wider field. Or, another team will pick you up. And I don't know why they would play you because I can't see you going anywhere else and improving it all. I don't think you were that quarterback to begin with. And you're definitely not that quarterback now. But you're being paid to play, right? You're being paid to play. And if they say you got to play, I think you have to play. Yeah. Yes. Jets have more safeties in the first quarter than TDs this year. So during the 5-game losing streak, 2 offensive touchdowns, 13 turnovers. And I had all this stuff I was going to do I even bother talking about it? Do we even bother going there? Yeah, Cowboys. You got Jacksonville, first Monday Night Football game since 2011. All other teams have at least 7 Monday night appearances over that span, and Jacksonville is the first one since December 5th, 2011. Trevor Lawrence, 626 combined passing yards last 2 weeks. Calvin Ridley, 12 for 92, 3 touchdowns over the last 2 weeks. Bengals, Jake Browning is not good. Yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. He's got Jamar Chase. Jacksonville secondary 5th worst against the pass, 255 yards allowed per game. And the Jets this season, 7 touchdown passes, 3 safeties. Siemian 3 times, and play like a Jet said it could have been 12. I said, well, who do you want to play this week? And he said, why don't you put in Randall Cobb and he'll play out of the Wildcat. Can't do any worse, right? 20 points in the first quarter of this season. They've allowed 73. And you're starting off in a good place when being blown out in the first quarter every game. 5th straight loss. 8th straight game with less than 2 offensive touchdowns. Longest streak since the 2011 Rams. Musical quarterbacks. Bad blocking. Too many penalties. What they have penalty-wise, the Jets had 11 for 71. And Boyle and Trevor Siemian combined for 19 for 38 and $197. 0 touchdowns, an interception. Sacked 4 times. Gibson had 5 catches for 77 yards. He had 1 nice catch. That was the best pass that Boyle threw. Was it a flea flicker, I think? And Garrett Wilson had 3 for 50. And Breece Hall, 13 rushes for 16 yards. You had other running back. Dalvin Cook had a fumble, which was kind of nice to watch. I'm so glad I got destroyed in fantasy this week. Destroyed. And I played Justin Tucker, and he was on a bye. So I don't know how I guess I should have got another kicker, but it wasn't even, I was losing by 50. And then yesterday at Pacheco, had a touchdown, should have had a second one, I thought. And then at the end of the game, he's being held down, and he decides, you know what, let me get up, and let me throw a punch at the Green Bay player, defender, who's holding me down. Let me throw a punch and then run away like nothing happened. And then he gets his spot. I'm like, dude, you can't throw punches. Brian Burns threw a punch yesterday. A lot of punches thrown. Well, listen, they're trying to have fun, the Panthers, but you know what? When you're 1-11, you're not having a lot of fun. What you're having is a lot of, we're getting our asses kicked all the time. You have the Patriots who didn't allow a team to have 10 points or less in 3 straight games, and they lost all 3 games. They lost 6-0 yesterday. 6-0 in the rain. Where tickets in the lower tier were going for as low as $15, I read yesterday. And is it Zappy? Is it Mac Jones? Malik Cunningham, they didn't even use him. They brought him in, the active roster, they didn't play him. Why not? What do you have to lose now? You're 2-10. Season is over. They've been mathematically eliminated. So are the Panthers. The Jets' chances at 4-8 right now are insignificant. And I really want Aaron Rodgers to shave off that mustache. Like Arthur Smith of the Titans, that mustache needs to go. It needs to go. It's terrible. It is a bad freaking mustache. You're not a good-looking guy to begin with. The mustache just makes me, I want to punch you in the face. That's what I want to do. And then Hal sends me something today where Quinn Ewers